be real with you. There is, as you can already tell, there is no simple solution here. If I had to choose, I'd say the closest thing to a simple solution or a simple way of saying this is, I'd say the simple way to overcoming your working mom frustrations is emancipate yourself, empower yourself from the thoughts, beliefs, the things that are holding you back, holding you down. There's not a cookie cutter one size fits all solution. You get to adjust and refine your life as you continue evolving as an empowered rockstar career mom. You get to. I think sometimes we just forget that we can make change and our decisions aren't final, right? We get to adjust as we evolve and our life evolves. There is nothing more fulfilling than taking charge of your life, like the boss that you are, your way, how you want and need to, unapologetically being you. I'm reminded of this powerful words, the hand that rocks the cradle is the hand that rules the world. You are so needed. So keep rocking, mama. The world needs you. Your children need you. And most importantly, you need you.
How do you manage it all? Work-life balance? Oh, please. I want to have kids, but will it damage my career? When is the right time? How can I find time for myself? I feel like I'm losing myself, juggling career and motherhood. If these questions resonate with you, you are in the right place. Being a working mother is hard. Yes, life is hard. But should it be this hard to have a career and be a great mom? No, it shouldn't. I get it. I've been there, mama. I'm Yamiek Anthony, your host of the Rockstar Career Moms Podcast, a former recruiter, associate director of career services, and frustrated working mother turned empowerment cultivator coach and advocate for working mothers. My struggles as a working mother ignited a passion within me to support moms like you. After years of surviving in frustration, I finally got to the root of my challenges and learned how to overcome them. Like you, I want to thrive in both my career and motherhood without sacrificing myself in the process. Both my professional experience in recruitment, staffing, and career development, and my personal experience as a working mother taught me how vital real support and effective support systems are. Working mothers need support. You need support, mama. Now, I'm using that expertise in everything I've learned and continue to learn to support you. Join me and my guests each week as we raise awareness, spark change, and build the support systems we need to thrive. Together, we'll create the working mom lives we not only want, but need and love for ourselves and our children. Working moms, it's your time to rock. Let's do this, rock stars.
Working moms, it's your time to break free from settling in survival mode. It's time for you to thrive. It's time to thrive as a working mom. Hey there, rock stars. Welcome back to the Rockstar Career Moms Podcast. I'm your host, Yamiek Anthony, a career-driven woman who worked hard to build a successful life, but found herself lost, confused, and stuck as a frustrated working mother. In 2018, I was overwhelmed and unsure of my next step. I didn't know how to create the working mom life I truly needed and felt called to have. That struggle sparked a fire in me, a mission to support and empower working mothers to thrive, to help you integrate your career and motherhood without sacrificing yourself or what matters most. My quest led me to start Rockstar Career Moms Coaching and Consulting and launch this podcast. Now, I use my personal experiences and professional expertise to help working mothers just like you overcome frustrations, take back your power, and consciously create the working mom life you deserve. I'm so glad you're here. It's truly a pleasure to have you. Okay, so today we're continuing the three-part mini-series within season one's rediscovery journey, where we're diving deep into the different phases of being a working mother. This mini-series is all about unpacking the challenges that make it hard for us to successfully integrate career and motherhood. In the last episode, we explored the beginning phases of the working mom journey. Today, we're diving into the second phase, the one where so many working moms unfortunately find themselves frustrated, overwhelmed, and burned out. This is the frustrated working mom phase, the phase where you might feel stuck in survival mode, sacrificing yourself just to keep things running. You might even feel like you have no choice but to settle. But Rockstar, let me tell you, there is a better way. You can thrive as a successful working mother. You don't have to settle in frustration. No, you don't. And here's the exciting part: you already hold the key to creating the working mom life you love. You just need the right tools and insights to help you unlock it. And that's exactly what this podcast is here for. Okay? So I encourage you to focus and stay locked into this episode. This phase is a crucial part of the working mom journey. My goal is to help you take a bird's eye view of your own journey so you can reflect, learn, and use the lessons from your past to empower yourself moving forward. All right, and why does this matter? Why this matters? Let me share a bit of a backstory with you. So in 2023, I officially identified the phases of the working mother's journey. It came from years of observing and helping career driven mothers like you, and from my own experiences navigating the dynamics of motherhood and career. As a business owner, I've also learned that, much like in life, your business evolves as you evolve. And through my own evolution, I realized that the women I feel most called to support are those navigating this very phase. The point where being a working mother becomes stickier, trickier, and more complicated. I have to share this beautiful, unexpected blessing I received going through this rediscovery and reflection journey as well. Okay? So, through this process of rediscovering and reflecting on my own working mom journey, I've been unlocking and uncovering answers within myself too. I didn't expect it, but by guiding you through these phases, I've been peeling back layers of my own experiences, gaining deeper clarity of my journey and the lessons it holds. And you know what? It's been healing and empowering in ways I didn't even realize I needed. That's why this journey matters, Mama. It's not just about recognizing the challenges you faced. It's about rediscovering the powerful, resilient woman you've always been. It's about reclaiming your voice, gaining clarity and confidence so you can create and live the working mom life you need your way. By going through my own reflection journey, as I craft each episode, I recently uncovered something powerful. There were clues all along confirming that this is the phase where life becomes harder for many career driven working mothers. I remembered an old blog post. If you remember, and if you've listened to the podcast, I've shared that I started this whole journey as a blogger. And I remember this old blog post of mine that consistently received the most traffic. It was about what to do with your firstborn when you're having your second baby. At the time, I was surprised by how popular it was. As I've dived deeper into understanding this phase, it all makes sense. That's the stage when life becomes more complex for many working mothers, especially for families with two career driven working parents living away from extended family and support systems. as do so many families and career driven parents living in this huge country in the United States and North America, right? Growth, because here's the thing, like growth itself adds to the complexity. As you advance in your career, take on new roles, and achieve more professionally, the demands on your time, energy, and mental bandwidth increases, right? At the same time, your family is growing, whether you're expanding your family or simply navigating the evolving needs of your children. That's when the juggling act intensifies. Your responsibilities multiply. Your support systems feel smaller, and frustrations often escalate. Think about it. And that's why this episode is so important. Feel it's vital. It could be the missing piece that helps you connect the dots and gain deeper awareness of your working mother's journey. Okay? As we explore the frustrated working mom phase, I want you to use this as a guide. Reflect on your own working mom journey and assess whether this was the phase where your frustrations began to intensify, both personally and professionally. But here's the empowering part. Here is the empowering part. Instead of dwelling on the struggle, embrace it. Find the joy in taking this bird's eye view of your journey. Grab the lessons it offers and use them to consciously create and live the working mom life you need now in this season of your life. Okay? And do remember, you get to adjust and refine your life as you continue evolving as an empowered rockstar career mom. You get to. I think sometimes we just forget that we can make change and our decisions aren't final, right? We get to adjust as we evolve and our life evolves. There is nothing more fulfilling than taking charge of your life, like the boss that you are, your way, how you want and need to, unapologetically being you. So let's dive into the second phase of the working mom's journey. Are you ready? All right, rock stars, let's go. Let's do this. Okay, so the second stage of the working mother's phase is the frustrated working mother era. So, who is a frustrated working mother? Let's just cover this briefly before we get in. Okay, so a frustrated working mother is a woman who is employed and faces ongoing challenges integrating her professional responsibilities with motherhood. She often feels like she's constantly juggling too much, struggling to meet the demands of both work and family life, oftentimes sacrificing her own needs in the process. Another thing for you to reflect on, are you a career woman turned frustrated working mother? A career driven, frustrated working mother is a woman who worked hard to build a strong professional foundation, believing it would support her in successfully balancing career and motherhood. However, when the reality of being a working mother doesn't align with her expectations, she finds herself grappling with the ongoing challenges. So when the realities of doesn't align with her expectation, that's when she finds herself grappling with ongoing challenges. She pours her heart and soul into trying to make it work, fighting to meet her own high standards along with the demands made of her, only to feel increasingly disheartened and drained when her efforts fall short. The gap between what she envisioned and her lived reality can leave her feeling lost, confused, and stuck. I know this phase intimately because I was that woman. I'm one of those career driven women turned frustrated working mothers. After repeatedly attempts, After repeated attempts to fix and solve my frustrations, I ended up feeling angry, exhausted, and unsure of what to do next. Hang in there, mama. I see you. You're not alone. Unfortunately, you're not alone in the struggle. I see you. I am you. And if you've been feeling isolated, overwhelmed, or like you're barely keeping it together, you're in the right place. It's a pleasure to have you. Join me now as we dive deep into the frustrated working mother era. Okay? And if you haven't already, I encourage you to listen to episode 4. It's titled 10 Questions to Find Out If You Are a Frustrated Working Mother, to help you assess whether you're currently in this phase. That episode offers powerful reflection prompts and can give you deeper insights into whether you are living in frustration mode. Okay? All right. So, some prompts here to help you reflect and unlock the answers within yourself. So, just like in the first working mom phase, I'll be guiding you through a series of powerful reflection prompts to help you gain clarity and self awareness as you explore the second stage of your working mom journey. All right. To get the most out of this episode, write the questions down as you listen. Use them as journaling prompts to reflect deeply on your working mom experience and let them guide you to unlock and uncover the answers within yourself. All right, so let's get into the guidelines to assess the second phase of your working mother's journey. And here are 3 key guidelines to help you assess whether you're in the frustrated working mom era. Again, write them down and make time to journal on them after the episode. Okay? All right. So, number 1, we want to start out with this because a lot of time we don't realize how much we are doing or how much we have done. So, number 1 is list the solutions you've tried to balance, blend, and integrate career and motherhood. So, as you reflect on the second phase of your working mother's journey, take inventory of all the solutions and strategies you've tried. Write down the ways that you've worked to overcome the challenges preventing you from integrating, balancing, and blending career and motherhood in a way that works for you. Okay? So, no effort is too small, documenting everything from practical strategies to mindset shifts. I know how hard you've been working to take responsibility and alleviate the frustrations of balancing career and motherhood. It's easy to overlook your own efforts or minimize them, really, believing that struggle is simply part of the deal, right? Of being a working moms. But let me remind you, mama, let me remind you, yes, life is hard. However, it should not be this hard to be a working mother, especially in this day and age. For real, man. No, sir. So keep fighting, mama. Keep fighting for the working mom life you know you need. Don't give up on yourself. All right? All right. The second prompt, number 2. Are you accepting external or internal resistances? So, in the previous episode, we reflected on the new working mom era, and I asked you to identify both external and internal obstacles that contribute to your frustrations. Now, I want you to revisit that reflection. Have you had a chance to identify those obstacles as yet? If not, have you started to uncover which external forces? So it could be like workplace culture, lack of support, or workforce barriers. Or an internal factors could be, are you holding yourself to impossible standards or unrealistic expectations? Are you let me repeat that. So have you started to uncover what external forces like workplace culture, lack of support, or workforce barriers, and internal factors like holding yourself to impossible standards or unrealistic expectations are holding you back? So basically, have you identified any external or internal obstacles that you are accepting? So now I want you to revisit that reflection. Have you had a chance to identify those obstacles, internal or external obstacles holding you back? And now let's take it a step further. Are you accepting those obstacles as fixed realities, or are you actively seeking ways to challenge and overcome them? Being aware of these resistances is the first step. Awareness is the first step. And then refusing to accept them as your normal is the next step. Okay? All right, so now the third guideline to help you reflect as we go through this frustrated working mom era. Are you settling and surviving in frustration? As we explore the four phases of the frustrated working mom era in this episode, I encourage you to keep checking in with yourself. Are you merely surviving in frustration, settling for good enough, quote unquote, good enough, while feeling unfulfilled and discontent? Or are you actively seeking ways to break free from survival mode and reclaim the working mom life you want? Write these prompts down and come back to them after this episode. Journal on them. Let them help you uncover the patterns, emotions, and beliefs that may be keeping you stuck in this phase. Okay? All right, so now let's walk through the four phases of the frustrated working mother era together. Okay? So, as we explore each phase, pay attention to the emotions and experiences that resonate with you. This is your chance to reflect, gain insights, and begin the process of reclaiming your power as an empowered rockstar career mom. All right, let's do this. Let me have a little sip of tea here. All right, so the four phases of the frustrated working mom era. And this is going from your new working mom era to the frustrated working mom era. And it's the second phase of your working mom journey. In the first episode of this mini series, we covered the new working mom era. And in those four phases, we had preparation, new, adjust, and transition and growth. So those were the four phases that encompass the new working mom era. And you can go back to that episode if you need to dive into those again. All right. And now we're going to move into the second phase of the working mom journey, which is the frustrated working mom era, which includes the next four phases, which is growth, outrage and determination, and survival and settle. All right. So in this era, you'll experience a roller coaster of emotions. The whole working mom journey is a roller coaster of emotions, but I feel like it intensifies here. And it goes from excitement and resilience to deep frustration to discontent, and sometimes even, unfortunately, hopelessness. But here's the thing, you're not alone. I've been through it. And unfortunately, so do millions of working mothers who are struggling through this phase as well. So use this podcast to help you recognize it, move through it, and come out stronger. All right, so now let's get into the emotions of a frustrated working mom. So the fifth phase of this whole entire working mom journey is, and then, so this is the fifth of the whole journey and the first of the second phase, which is the growth phase. And then this is a phase you have an attitude of, I can do hard things. I can do hard things. And this phase comes right after the transition and growth phase of the first phase. Okay. So after you have some transition and growth, it's an exciting time when several life changes often happen simultaneously, like buying a new home, starting a new job, or welcoming another baby. While these changes are exciting, they also add a new layer of responsibilities and challenges, pushing you back into survival mode, just like when you were a new working mom. But this time you're stronger, more confident, and resilient. You have some experience, right? So you keep pushing through. You believe the solutions that worked before will work again. Yet, without realizing it, you're slowly moving your personal needs down the list. You're basically moving yourself all the way down your list. Even some of those lists, you're taking yourself off the list, right? And then the invisible weight you're carrying keeps growing, and you don't even see how much it's straining you, how much it's getting heavier as you juggle more professionally and personally. All right. And so that is the fifth stage and the first of the second stage, which is a frustrated working mom. So the fifth and the first stage of the frustrated working mom era is growth phase. Okay. This is when you feel like I can do hard things, and when you're gaining your new rhythm with all the typically you have several new things happening. All right. All right. So now we're going on to the sixth phase and the second phase in the frustrated working mom era. All right. And this is outrage. This is outrage. You hit a point where you think it shouldn't be this hard. Why did I work so hard if this is what it's like? Right. So, especially for our career driven women who worked hard to build that strong foundation, feeling it would help them be successful working moms, it's like, why did I do all of this? Why did I work so hard? Why is it so hard? Why did I check all the boxes to be successful? And you're doing it all, but you feel yourself doing it all, but you still feel like it's impossible. So you've checked all the boxes, you're successful, you're doing it all, but it still feels impossible. You face external and internal resistances as you fight to take control of your working mom life. You may find yourself lashing out at those closest to you. The frustration intensifies and you start questioning everything. So, this is the second phase of the frustrated working mom era. It's like you start questioning everything, questioning yourself. And so, the third stage of the frustrated working mom era and the seventh in all of the working mom phase is outrage and determined phase. And this is where I call it you're getting in the danger zone. You have an attitude of like, I have to do it all. I have to do it all because you're determined to succeed. And at this point, you're feeling unsupported, confused, and alone in your struggles. Yet you're determined to succeed, so you push even harder. You become a self-sacrificing pusher, telling yourself, I won't give up. I can do hard things. If she's doing it, I can do it too. Does any of this sound familiar? But here's what's happening. You're forgetting yourself completely. You're working even harder, outsourcing, creating systems, asking for help, but the emotional weight still grows. You feel overwhelmed, burned out, lost, and stuck. Even when you have support systems in place, you may still feel discontent because you can't see that you're evolving. Your definition of success, balance, and fulfillment has shifted, but you're so busy you can't recognize it. Listen, this was me. All right, we're going to the next phase, number 8 in the frustrated working mom era. And this is survival and settle phase. And in this phase, you're feeling lost, stuck, and confused. This is the hardest phase where many working mothers get stuck. You find yourself surviving on autopilot, just existing, not living. You feel disconnected from yourself, like a shell of your former vibrant self. You've lost the essence of who you are. You think this is just how life is. This is the price of being a successful working mother. I guess this is the price of success. On the outside, you look successful and happy, but on the inside, you're crumbling from burnout, doubting if you can still rock being a working mom, feeling guilty for being discontent, even though you seemingly have it all. Goodness. You start numbing yourself with busyness, busy being busy, taking on more, keeping busy, maybe numbing yourself with alcohol and even caffeine, or you realize you're starting your day, you have to use something as stimulant to start your day. Then you have to use another stimulant to wind down and get to sleep. Or you keep yourself distracted simply to cope. But you don't have to wait to get to this point, okay? Use this podcast as a tool to empower yourself and start making the changes you need right now. Take it one step at a time, okay? Maybe right now you just need to listen to unlock and uncover the answers within you. You don't have to wait for things to explode or implode, okay? A lot of time I feel like we wait until life happens to us for us to make the change that we've been feeling that calling to make. You don't have to wait. Empower yourself to make the change that you know you need. Okay. And if you're not sure what that is, just start uncovering those answers. And that's another power of journaling and writing it down. So get a notebook, buy a journal. It doesn't have to be fancy. Just, I mean, like I'm using, um, those books that you can get at, let me, if, on the video, I'm going to show you like I'm using these that I buy when my kids are going back to school, the notebooks or composition books. You can use those too. Okay. All right. So some personal and professional reflection. While I try to figure out my next step, I did a lot of career coaching because that is my professional background. So I would help women and working moms with their resumes and their job search. And so as I reflect, I started to realize through crafting these podcast episodes that this is really the stage where a lot of women would reach out and ask for help. As I reflect on this journey, I've realized that most working mothers reach out to me when they're already deep in the frustration working mom era. So that's when they reach out asking for help with their job search, their resume assistance, or how to balance it all, how to do it all, or getting a time management tool. As I reflect now, I'm realizing because what I started to realize, like when I asked like what they wanted, really they had no idea like exactly what they wanted in their job search, or they couldn't describe it. So they weren't sure. And now that I'm reflecting, I can see that many of them were already in this frustrated working mom era. And they often, and I can tell you, like some of them may hear this, that are still reaching out asking for, I would say, a quick fix to what is happening. However, as you will see as we go through the rest of this, it takes time. So give yourself time to uncover what is truly the root cause of your frustrations. Oftentimes, it's a combination of external and internal obstacles or external and internal resistances that's going on. Okay. So they often want help with changing their job, believing that a new role will solve their working mom frustrations. I know this because I did it too. I thought that by making the right career move, everything would finally fall in place, and I had a rude awakening or reality check. So for me, after meticulously searching for a new job, I finally landed one that I thought was perfect. But guess what? It felt like I had jumped out of the frying pan and into blazing fire within a few weeks and months of being in that new position. I was still frustrated and probably even more frustrated. No, I was more frustrated because it put me over the edge. I was overwhelmed and unsure what to do next because here I was after working so hard as a career coach, to make sure I did the right thing and I didn't make a move out of desperation or not letting anyone make me just take a job for taking a job's sake. I was very intentional and then found myself feeling lost, stuck, and just not knowing what else to do. All right. So I had no idea that my external solutions weren't the answer. I needed to go deeper. So, as I said earlier, it's not only your external, a lot of time it's a combination of the external and the internal resistances or lack of support why you're frustrated. Okay. So and that's why in this process, I am empowering you to look within yourself. I can't just give you one answer because all our lives are so different. Here is one example. As I was reflecting that I uncovered this, a client that I had once worked with opened my eyes when I started to realize my lived experiences, personally and professionally, it's not a one size fits all. So this client reached out looking for time management assistance. And she opened my eyes to the sandwich generation struggle. So she came to me for help with time management. She bought my ultimate time maker toolkit to help her find and make time. She was a busy working mom, but in reality, as I spoke with her, I realized she needed to much deeper help, right? She was managing her own health challenges, caring for her kids and her aging parents, and dealing with an unsupportive workplace. And I realized time management tools weren't enough for her. She needed deeper support to uncover the root causes of her frustrations and how to strategize, how to overcome them, and handle everything that she was going through. So, the lesson here, the frustrated working mom phase isn't about a simple time management tips, quick fixes, and hacks to balance it all. I was stuck believing that as I evolve with this business. But as I learn, that is, I'm going to say to you guys, because you may feel that may be the surface level things that you have to deal with or the pain that you feel, right? So if you feel that you've been fixing these things, implementing all these fixes, however, still coming back like it was only a quick fix or a band aid fix. You need to go deeper, right? It requires deeper reflection and strategic planning. You need to uncover the root causes of your frustrations, take action to overcome them, and consciously move forward to create and live the working mom life that you know you want, need, and love. All right. So, Mama, let me be real with you. As you can already tell, there is no simple solution here. If I had to choose, I'd say the closest thing to a simple solution or a simple way of saying this is I'd say the simple way to overcoming your working mom frustrations is emancipate and empower yourself to go from frustrated working mother to a rockstar career mom who consciously creates and live the working mom life you want. That's it. You have to emancipate yourself, empower yourself from the thoughts, beliefs, the things that are holding you back, holding you down. Okay? But there's not a cookie cutter, one size fits all solution. Identifying and overcoming your frustrations as a working mother and then creating a life you love is a deeply personal journey. It requires you to face uncomfortable truths, break free from the patterns holding you back, and redefine success on your terms. All right. If you need to redefine what it means to be a working mother, redefine what it means to be a career mom, you get to do that. Right. I know this because I've lived it. It took me a long time to figure this out for myself. And through the often messy, painful, and transformative process of getting to the root of my frustrations, I realized that my mission is bigger than just my own journey. All of this that I was going through, it's what ignited this journey of me sitting here sharing with you right now in hopes that you don't have to go through it. And by me sharing these processes and my journey, your process will be shorter. Okay. So it's about supporting and empowering frustrated, career driven mothers like you. And let me tell you, it hasn't been easy. It hasn't been easy to uncover the veil, gain the awareness and the understanding of this. And letting go of the things that held me back was hard. It's been hard. But stepping into this next phase of my life, answering the call to do this work was terrifying at times. I had to do it scared, and I am doing it scared. Like this whole process, it's you know what they say: if you keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result, so becoming who I want to and becoming my best self, and stepping into this new role, I've had to learn, had to let go, and level up, level up. And so I hope that will help you too. But on the other side of that fear was my freedom and purpose. And I can't explain. And I hope by you going through this podcast and everything that I'm sharing here, you will get to experience this undescribable feeling of becoming your best self, right? So no, I'm not just a coach. I came into this feeling like I remember having this realization last year as I'm, coaching. It's like it requires more to really find solutions and be effective and create the change that working moms need. So I've evolved into not just a coach for working moms. I'm an advocate. I'm an empowerment cultivator coach that's here supporting you and empowering you to thrive as a successful working mom without sacrificing yourself for what matters most. Okay? Because, mama, society needs you. Your talents, skills, experiences, and unique essence are valuable and necessary. And most of all, your children need you to thrive. Our society thrives when women are able to offer their skills and experiences in the workplace while having the ability to be the mothers their children need. And I know that is the big, it's like, what do you call it? The conundrum of how do you do it all? How do you do them both? How do you integrate them and do them both well without sacrificing yourself? I'm reminded of this powerful words. The hand that rocks the cradle is the hand that rules the world. You are so needed. So keep rocking, mama. The world needs you. Your children need you. And most importantly, you need you. Thank you so much for taking this ride with me as we explore the second phase of the working mom phases. I encourage you to listen to this episode as many times as you need. Take notes, write down the sparks that ignited for you, and journal on them. Then step away and give yourself space. Let your mind breathe. Think things through. Think things through thoroughly. Okay? Take the time to think things through thoroughly. Clarity comes when you give yourself space. Join me in the third and final phase of this mini series, the Empowered Working Mom Era. This is when you begin to reflect and seek the answers to a better way. But I suspect this is what led you to this podcast in the first place. So, congratulations on taking this bold step towards making the change you feel called to make. Okay? By going through the rediscovery journey, each episode of this podcast will guide you through. You are uncovering and unlocking the answers within yourself. And through that, you are empowering yourself to let go of what no longer serves you. And you can now move forward to consciously create and live the working mom life you love. All right, I'm so excited for you. Enjoy the journey of rediscovering yourself like never before. Embrace the adventure of creating and living the life of your dreams. We get one chance at this thing called life, right? So live your life, mama. You got this. See you in the next episode. Much love, Yamiek. Visit rockstarcareermoms.com for working mom resources, show notes, and our free Working Moms Balance Guide to help you kickstart your journey. Please subscribe, rate, and review the podcast wherever you listen, and share it with the working moms in your life. Working mothers need support. It takes a village. Together, we'll rock it.